In this week's Sedra, Klal Yisrael leave Mitzrayim. They get through the Yam Suf, and then they travel and they get to a place called Mara. And people complain because they're thirsty, there's nothing to drink. The Pasuk says, V'yavo Mara, so they come to Mara. V'lo yachlu lishtos mayim mimara, they can't drink the water from Mara, ki marim him, because the water is bitter. There is a famous Kotzker. The Kotzker Rabbi used to say, V'lo yachlu lishtos mayim mimara, they couldn't drink the water from Mara, ki marim him, because they, the people, were bitter. Not the water was bitter, the people were bitter. If you're wearing dark sunglasses, everything looks dark. If you're wearing red lenses in your glasses, everything looks red. My father, Zichron Levracha, used to say, you see things not as they are, but you see things as you are. Everything is through your own prism, your own perspective. There's an expression in English, if you've got sour milk on your glasses, everything will look like sour milk. Ki marim heim, the people, the people were bitter. And therefore, the water tasted bitter. When I was growing up here in Golders Green, there's a long road, if you know it, Princess Park Avenue, and people would drive down that road way too fast. And one day, the council came along and they put road humps, sleeping policemen, in the actual road, and that would slow down the traffic. And my friend who lived on that road was so excited. Why? Because there was an old lady who lived on that road who would complain about everything. And one of her pet peeves is that people would drive down PPA, Princess Park Avenue, too fast, and she was right. But it was become like a source of amusement for him that everything was negative and terrible. And this was one of her pet peeves, and she would always complain, and especially about this. And he was so excited that finally she would say something which was positive. And sure enough, a few days later, he saw her, he ran over to her and said, well, what do you think? They're building these road bumps in the road. They're going to slow down the traffic. What are your thoughts? What do you think? And she looked at him and said, terrible. He couldn't believe it. He said, what's the problem? He said, they're not high enough. When a person, sadly, is bitter, everything will be terrible. The lesson, of course, from the Sedra is that you see things not as they are, you see things as you are. And the take-home is that we sometimes need to just take off our glasses and wipe the lenses to see things in a more optimistic light.